What's going on? We got the CRF150 here for the second video. Got the new rings, got the engine on the workbench, getting ready to install the rings, so hopefully we can bring that compression back up and get her running right again. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe and like the video and comment if you have any questions. When installing the OEM rings, you want to put the one with the R on top, the R end in the middle. Also be sure to have the lettering facing up this direction. Be sure to align the rings in the OEM specifications and places, and I'll put a picture up in the video to show you how that should be on a 150. About to take a trip to the post office to take this package right here. It's the inner clutch cover for the YZ426. I got $27 and I paid $12.80 to ship it. So it's not a huge profit, but I guess it's something. I've got to say, one of the best perks of living in a small town is the post office literally never has anybody at it. Got the engine in the frame now. Clean the engine up with some mag wheel cleaner so it looks a good bit better. The bike's all together now, so we're about to try and crank it up. I got this little gas can thing here that hangs on the handlebars and runs to the carburetor, so you don't have to fully assemble it before we get ready, but hopefully crank's pretty easy. So as you just heard, the bike runs, but the longer it runs, the idle slowly rises and rises until it's to the point that it's almost screaming just sitting here. So I'm assuming it has a vacuum leak. I can't really figure out where it's coming from, but I'll probably look into that a little bit more in the next video. At least it actually runs. That's better than it did before. The next CRF video, we'll be putting the bike all the way back together with this tank and seat and plastics and fixing that vacuum leak. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like. If you have any questions, comment. And of course, if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe.